My mother and my brothers used to breathe in clean air and dreaming I'm a doctor. It's hard to be a man when there's a gun in your hand. Oh, I feel like something happens and I'm head over heels. I never find out till I'm head over heels. Something happens and I'm head over heels. I don't take my heart, don't break my heart, don't throw it away. Ooh, ooh. I was gonna do a Japanese breakfast song because of what I'm gonna talk about for a second. But the one that I really want to sing is kind of like a downer a little bit. And I didn't want to, it's like super slow and downer, but it's super pretty. So I decided to do a song that she has done a cover of, which is a Tears for Fears song, Head Over Heels. And it's actually quite fitting because I'm doing another movie haul. So that song was in Donnie Darko and like other things, but I think it's most well known for being in the movie Donnie Darko. Anyway, Japanese Breakfast is a musical artist slash kind of band, but basically Michelle Zauner is the like mastermind behind it, and then she has like a band that plays with her, but like she like writes the songs and sings all of them, and like it's her baby. But she wrote a book too, so she's like multi-faceted, talented, whatever. Part of like what I learned about Japanese Breakfast, like when I first found out about her, was like, I think the reason she started making music as Japanese Breakfast was because of the loss of her mother and like dealing with the grief. I'm not totally certain on that, but I'm fairly sure. Because she made music before that, and then she kind of stopped, and then her mom got really sick and passed away over like a short period of time. She got sick and passed away, and Michelle took care of her, and like this is kind of like about her relationship with her mom and the grief and everything that happened after that. And I haven't read it, but she did like a book signing talk event nearby recently, and my boyfriend got us both tickets for like signed copies of the book and like personalized copies. So like we stayed after and like waited in this very long line to like actually like meet her, kind of. But I was so nervous and like overwhelmed because she's like one of my favorite singer-songwriters of all time. Like music is like so up there, right? And she's like the highest echelon of singer-songwriters in my book. It's like her, Regina Spektor, Mitski are like the trifecta to me. Anyway, so I didn't get to wear the outfit that I wanted to wear because of course I had this one outfit in mind, exactly how I wanted it to look, and I couldn't find the thing, the like dress that made it. So instead I wore a Japanese Breakfast shirt that we got from her tour like over 5 years ago, I think. So she saw my shirt and she was like, oh, she like kind of lit up. She's like, oh, an OG fan. And I was just like starstruck. I was like a foot away from her and I'm just like, yeah, your music is everything. And like basically my voice cracked and I could feel like I was starting to cry basically because I was so excited and overwhelmed and like couldn't believe what was happening. So yeah, I have her book. Again, I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to. So she put, for Olivia, thanks for repping JB, Japanese Breakfast, Michelle. So very cool. we'll never, like, this is a, you know, memory that I will always remember. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second, for 5 minutes, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. Movies. So my last video I did a Blu-ray haul from stuff that I got from work, and that was really fun to talk about some of those. And so this is a DVD haul and a few other things. And this is a stack of DVDs that I got from a record store in the, like, Detroit surrounding area. I don't remember the name of it. I'll link it. I'll look it up and I'll link it in the description. Hopefully. But I think it's in St. Clair Shores. If I remember correctly, it is in St. Clair Shores, or near there. It was like last spring or something, or summer. Is anybody still here? I haven't... Okay, it's fine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8. There's 8 movies here. We've watched 2 of them so far. I swear I've seen some of these, but when I look at the back, I'm like, maybe I haven't? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I watched this 2 nights ago. Holy moly. Do you know this? Are you aware of this? What on earth? So, my boyfriend and I were fighting over who picked this one out. He thinks he did. I think I did. He probably did, but I'm gonna say I did because I'm the more movie person. He was probably looking at music the whole time. So, Assault of the Final Rival. It's kung fu. It's like... Okay, I just have to read it because it's like my kind of kung fu, just based on the story. I was just like, what? So, sorry. I don't know much about kung fu movies or like anything like that, so I don't know if these are any people that are like well known, and I'm probably gonna butcher names, and so that's why I didn't start reading it. But anyway, the beggar Wang Tao is taught the art of kung fu by an ancient Buddhist monk. He becomes a great master, deriving his strength from the length of his hair. What? Anyway, after his hair is cut off by a scheming opponent, Wang is determined to strengthen his skills, which he believes will help him in the regrowth of his hair. Incredibly, somehow, he is able to use his long twirling locks to defeat his foes and conquer his enemies. So, that kind of basically tells you the whole thing, but you have to see it to believe it. You really do. I'm like already ready to watch it again. So, yeah. All kinds of ridiculousness. Most of these I haven't even looked at since I picked them out like a year ago, so it'll be kind of like seeing them again for the first time. I think I've said this before, but when I go to like record stores or like places that have older DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever, I just like to look for stuff that I like haven't seen before that sounds interesting or like bizarre, like really out there, or has like interesting actors in it, or yeah, usually just like ridiculousness is what I'm looking for, not the show with... Never mind. Okay. Doppelganger. I feel like I saw a preview for this while watching something else a while back, but I don't remember what it was. But it says, what if your worst nightmare turned out to be you? And yeah, when it's like a good buy like that, $4 for like an interesting foreign picture, I'm down. So this says, what would you do if you ran into your perfect double? your doppelganger. Somebody who looks exactly like you. That is just a starting point for the supernatural thriller that explores the duality of nature and the conflict that arises when we cannot come to terms with both sides of our personalities. When meek scientist Michio Hayasaki comes face to face with his own doppelganger, he is at first terrified, believing that when this happens, you will die. Resisting at first, Hayasaki eventually learns to deal with his double, who, though physically identical to him, is frighteningly opposite in nature. The doppelganger pushes Hayasaki further and further into accepting the opposite side of his own nature, as his life starts heading into a downward spiral that can have only one conclusion. So that sounds great. Why haven't I watched it yet? We talked about this in the last video. It was just a very long winter. I kind of watched the same things over and over again, like comfort shows to get through the winter, or like nostalgic things. So that's what I was doing. It's funny, I always get like the cheap... Did I get this here? I really can't remember. I don't think I did, but for some reason I put it with these. I'll show it anyway. I don't know. But I always get like a ton of cheap ones, and then like one that I like spend big money on. By big money, like 10 or 15 bucks for one movie, because I'm super cheap / poor / don't make very much money. So The Hidden looked really cool and fun just from the cover alone. And yeah, let's see. A mysterious beast that lives in the storm drains beneath the city begins to hunt and feed on a drug cartel. My hair, I need to do something to it. Some of it's like too short to actually keep up, so that's really annoying and it bothers me a lot. An amazing retro release of an ultra rare movie from 1993, shot on video 8. For Michael Wilcock, suicide would be a great solution to his problems. His parents were killed in a plane crash, and now his brother has been murdered. But instead of taking his own life, he decides to seek out and kill the man responsible for his brother's death. Little does he know that this man he seeks is the only person that can help him fulfill his destiny and uncover the rumors behind The Hidden. So yeah, this just looked and sounded amazing. 93. I mean, sorry. It's like, whatever. It's fine. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then this one also looked pretty fun. Housewife. A sick and twisted ride. Haunted by a horrific childhood trauma for 20 years, Holly struggles with vivid, disturbing nightmares that leave her detached and unable to live a normal life. Then, an old friend recommends Holly meet with charismatic cult leader Bruce O'Hara, and she is led on a twisted journey of waking dreams that will begin to unravel the fabric of reality and reveal the truth about Holly's family. A terrifying destiny. Yes, okay, this one we did watch, like, almost immediately after we got it, because, because you can see why. It was great, it was fun, definitely. The acting was as bad as you would hope it to be. Yeah, it was, like, it was pretty ridiculous, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to keep it for my movie collection or send it on to someone else who needs to enjoy it and, like, you know, keep spreading this wonderful piece of art onto the next poor, unsuspecting soul. But this says, the Lake Crest College swim team is determined to win at all costs, even if it means taking steroids. But winning comes at the font is like, But winning comes at a horrifying cost when harmless leeches in the campus lake, quietly feeding on the steroid-rich blood of the team's swimmers, mutate into giant parasites with a vicious streak. No one is safe as these ferocious creatures brutally stalk the students and staff of the rural college and literally bleed them dry. So, yeah, that was awesome. This one is like basically in the same vein as Reefer Madness, if you're familiar with that. But it's like, basically like a anti-marijuana movie. Yeah, Protect Your Daughters. The picture that exposes hushed up truths, shattered hopes, shocking wild orgies, tangled lives, adults only. 1936. So yes, amazing. I feel like this doesn't get nearly as much attention as Reefer Madness for whatever reason. Maybe it's not as enjoyable or funny, but hopefully it will be. There's a lot of people in it. So yeah. Marijuana Chronicles the downward spiral of a group of teenagers from frivolity into the depths of decadence brought on by smoking the giggle weed. A young girl drowns while skinny... They always do something like really, really like... That doesn't happen, but okay, sure. A young girl drowns while skinny dipping at a beach party. Another teen gets pregnant after a turn with her boyfriend in the sand. I don't like the sound of that they worded that way, but okay. Both the result of dope smoking. The mother-to-be gives up her baby and becomes a hardened drug dealer, earning fur coats and diamond rings while coldly turning her clientele into drug addicts. This sounds amazing. It's 58 minutes. I am going to watch it this week. That is my vow. With the central message that using marijuana incites the user to extreme cruelty and license and down the path to hard narcotics. This 1936 precursor to Reefer Madness is a cult classic by director, producer, and exploitation master Dwayne Esper. Anyway, for any of these movies, if you have them, if you've seen them, if you hate them, if you started to watch them and you couldn't continue because they were that bad, tell me in the comments. I don't know what that was, sorry. This, I've never heard of this. I don't know how I've never heard of this. There's a lot of people in it, but, let's see if you can see these faces. Look at that guy. He's dead. R.I.P. Oh no. So let's see here. What have we got? Brendan Fraser, Renaissance, my man. Elijah Wood, also my man. Vincent D'Onofrio, other people's man. Thomas Jane, nobody's man. Lucas Haas, I know that name, but I don't know who that man is. Norman Reedus, Matt Dillon, and Paul Walker. Forever our man in our hearts. The director of The Cooler and Running Scared, which I kind of remember because I believe Paul Walker was in that also, and like, what teen girl did not have a crush on Paul Walker in the late 90s, early aughts? R.I.P. Paul Walker, you were a jerk and can't hardly wait, but you were still cute. Okay, so look at the back of this. This looks like a very DIY. Not sure. Have you heard of this? Pawn Shop Chronicles Ridiculousness. One small town pawn shop. One big time wild ride, baby. Brendan Fraser of The Mummy, because in case you don't know that name, Elijah Wood, Lord of the Rings, parentheses, in case you don't know who that guy is, Vincent D'Onofrio, Men in Black. Is that the first one you would pick? I don't know. I do like his character in Men in Black, but I don't know if that's the first thing I would pick. Matt Dillon, Crash. I guess it also depends on when this came out. Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. Never seen an episode of that. Thomas Jane from Hung and other things that he was just kind of okay in. Lucas Haas, I guess, was in Inception. Oh, he's a funny looking guy. Where is he? Yeah, he's the one on the end here. That must be him. Why? There it is. Do you see it? I can't see it. Do you see his face? And Paul Walker from Fast and Furious. Duh. Star in 3 Twisted Tales, all connected by items from a southern small town pawn shop. Like, what? Who did this? Oh, repackaged by Family Video. Cool. But who made this and why? Who approved this? And why haven't I watched it yet? A man searching for his kidnapped wife, a couple of white supremacist drug dealers, and a sad sack Elvis impersonator, plus more desperate characters come to life in this action-packed and hilarious story. Have you ever? What? What? Oh, also I wanted to point out, this is like super, all rights reserved as package design, Saturn Productions, made in USA, Saturn Productions, I guess. But like, anybody that has this, does yours look like this? This reminds me of the series of DVDs I got of Are You Afraid of the Dark on the internet as a young teen. That was very DIY, but I still have them. And I'm still happy that I have them, but they definitely skip. Okay. So that was that stack that I got from the record store. I don't know why I put this in the stack. I don't think I got this from the record store. But for some reason I have the Slumber Party Massacre collection with those. I don't know why. Maybe I got those with the Blu-rays from my job. I don't know. I think I may have watched the first one in the last like year or so, but I don't remember anything about it. I know they're like iconic. I know. Do you like them? Do you love them? Am I missing out? Is like one of them more memorable? Is it just the first one worth watching? Are they all amazing? What's up? Okay, and then these 3 are just some I'm throwing into the mix. I'm basically eventually going to like show my movie collection. That's the goal, I guess. Most of my tapes, like all of my tapes are in my old house from like 4 years ago. So they're all boxed up and there's thousands of them, and I need to go through them and decide what to keep and what to finally watch and what to get rid of because I'll never watch and whatnot. I just don't have room for all of those tapes. That's why they've been at the house that I used to live at, because there's room there. So yes. All I have here right now, I have 3 tapes. One that I brought with me because it's like kind of a collector's item, kind of a like near and dear to my heart item. I will share it in a video. Probably do a short with it. And then another one that I have bought since I moved. I bought it probably in the last year or so off Instagram because it was a decom and I didn't have it. And like, I've not been buying tapes for like years since I moved, but like I needed that one because it was a decom. And then the third one was given to me by a friend because he said that I would get more use out of it than he did. So, and I still haven't watched it. But I needed to do a little video of those 3 tapes. I can quick say what they are. Double team? Double teamed? Double team? Is that what it's called? Why am I blanking? I think that's the decom. It's double team. And then the thing that I brought with me is a bootleg of Pete and Pete shorts, and I had it signed by both of them. And it is like a thing that it was like another like Japanese breakfast moment where I was gonna like cry or like feel like I was gonna die, basically. That's what happened when I met them. I was like shaking uncontrollably and like could not even speak, and I was just like, because they were like childhood heroes of mine. So I'll show that off in a video at some point. And the other one is my boyfriend's a zombie. Oh no. I dated a... Shoot. Well, now you have to watch the video because I don't know the actual title of it, but it is like a fun 80s question mark horror comedy thing. Correct me in the comments. Okay. And then this is the Blu-ray, but I'm just throwing this in here. This was a gift from one of my besties, Mike, who I watch a lot of movies with, and I watched Pearl with him, and I loved it, and I just like freaking Ty West. I'll just bring up Ty West again because he's great. And like X was fun, but like Pearl was like, it like spoke to my soul in a way that X didn't. Maybe that's saying something about me in a way that I like really truly identified with Pearl. Ooh, yikes. But you should watch it if you haven't, and I need to watch it again. And then this one was also Night of the Hunter, a gift from him because he upgraded to the Criterion version, so I got his old one. Thank you very much, sir. And he's my movie pal that like knows way more about movies than I do. And then this, yikes. I think I got this off eBay, pretty sure. But I got Ichi the Killer from my job last year. And then I started looking, I haven't seen it. But I know it's something I've been wanting to see. And I started looking into the director. And this, I guess, is more of an even like out there experience. So, Visitor Q. It's still wrapped. I haven't watched it. I'm going to watch all the movies. Okay, I am. Before fall kicks in and I can't do anything. Okay. Maybe I should... I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read those. If you know about these, let's talk about them. But yeah, I have to watch it. But it sounds pretty nutso. So that's it. That is it. And the only other movies I have here at my apartment are like couple stacks of DVDs of mostly horror that I brought so we could watch those last October and like fall time, and then like a little stack of some non-horror that I was like, oh, I should bring that, and like some weird like shows like Tales from the Crypt and Clarissa Explains It All, and like this weird William Shatner show that I forgot I had that I think I got from a friend a couple years ago that I still haven't watched because I suck. Ben, Scott, do you still watch these? Did you make it this far? And was that a gift from you? Because for some reason it made me think of you. I know you got me that David Lynch thing that I still need to grab from my old house. Okay. Bye! Be kind and rewind!